So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the second edition of the DH Bengaluru 2040, our annual event where we attempt to spark ideas, spur debate, and shape the future of our city. Many of us met last in March 2022, the inaugural edition. This year, we've kind of brought it forward to avoid our festival of ideas clashing with that bigger festival, the festival of democracy, that is an assembly election. Today, you will hear speakers from the moving parts that make Bengaluru the city that it is. Whether it is startups, big tech, or pure science, policy or politics, showbiz or sport, mobility or museums. These are some of the groups with the biggest stakes in how Bengaluru looks 2 decades hence. And they are the most interested in asking and answering the question of how we build a smart, sustainable, and world-beating city that is also home to the brightest and best, where all people are treated fairly and live in harmony. Now, that last bit is particularly important in the modern context. There is little point in building a shiny new city if it is not a city for everyone. So getting it right is critical for Karnataka, for India, and in many cases for the world, and here's why. For Karnataka's is a disproportionate share in India's growth engine, and Bengaluru's is a disproportionate share of Karnataka's. Karnataka's share of India's software exports, and many of you know this, but it bears repeating. Karnataka's share of India's software exports of around 170 billion is 38%, and over 90% of this 38% comes from Bangalore. Our city is home to the vast majority of Karnataka's 40 unicorns. The TIDE framework ranks Bengaluru among the top 5 cities globally for the establishing AI infrastructure. The state has some of the best educational and scientific institutions in India, and most of them are in Bengaluru. Our city is a magnet for culture and a melting pot, not just for people from neighboring states, but from those all across India. Of course, as we all know, we also have some of the worst roads going, serious problems with the traffic, with pollution, with drinking water, and with garbage collection. We will also be a seriously crowded city in the future. Some estimates peg the 2040 population at 26 million. But I'm hoping today's speakers will move from the anthill to the bright blue sky, going well beyond ideas for filling every pothole and closer to ideas for wiping every tear from every eye. Let's think big, even if it's the small things that matter to our everyday lives today. Let us aspire to come up with 5 or 6 substantial ideas. The aim is to help Bengaluru leapfrog the merely best in nation to get to the best in the world. We are a city that clearly cherishes its past. If you've lived here any length of time, you would know this. We certainly have a past that's worth cherishing. Sometimes we look backwards more than we look forwards. Wearing glasses that are sepia tinted and gumboots that are shin deep in nostalgia. This makes for the odd pleasant afternoon of rumination, but it's hugely important not to lose track of what makes us, and it's hugely important not to lose track of what makes us who we are. But the pressing problems of the day, the challenges that lie in wait, and the huge promise that tints every tomorrow make it vital to keep looking ahead. So we at DH, Deccan Herald, see ourselves as a national newspaper that has a Bengalurian heart. Turn our pages, or check out our website, and you'll see that it has all the big stories, the big ideas from across the length and breadth of India. You'll find opinion and editorials on national issues that are robustly argued and punchily presented. All this is noticed, by the way, and commented on far beyond the limits of our city and our state. Noticed usually in a good way. But as we celebrate our 75th year, we recognize that Bengaluru is and will be at the core of what we do, not least because it is where we live. So we, like all of you in this room and beyond, have a very real stake in how we build Bengaluru 2040. So I wish you all a day of lively discussion, of sparky debate, and of ideas gently colliding, all with a view to moving decisively ahead. Thank you very much.